Welcome to College Sport Check for Monday, December 21st. Scores and schedules. First, the scores. I'm going to start with college basketball, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So here are the college basketball scores as follows. For Friday, Ole Miss defeats Memphis 85-79. Incarnate Word defeating St. John's 73-51. Oregon over Long Beach State 94-73. Washington State over Texas State 78-73. Colorado defeating Nicholls State 85-68. Oregon State defeats Cal State Fullerton 82-69. South Carolina defeating Clemson 65-59. Chattanooga over Kennesaw State 78-66. Wake Forest defeats Coastal Carolina 83-77. Some other scores. Tennessee Martin over Arkansas State 70-74. BYU defeating Central Michigan 98-85. Louisiana Monroe defeating Central Baptist 101-76. UC Irvine defeating Chapman 65-51. San Francisco over Coppin State 96-93. East Tennessee State over Eastern Kentucky 87-81. Grand Canyon over San Diego State 52-45. Pepperdine defeating Louisiana Lafayette 79-59. Lamar over Jarvis Christian 80-56. William and Mary over Mary Washington 94-64. Maryland East, Central Connecticut defeating Maryland Eastern Shore 83-79. Tennessee Tech over Miami, Ohio 77-64. Idaho defeating New Hope Christian 127-54. Other scores from Friday. Sam Houston defeating LIU Brooklyn 75-69. Bailey Dickinson over Towson 69-68. UC Riverside over Abilene Christian 60-56. Wagner defeating Fairfield 76-64. Southern Illinois over Murray State 88-73. Louisiana Tech defeats Southern University 83-76. Gardner-Webb over Warren Wilson 107-62. Old Dominion over Maryland Eastern Shore 77-47. And those are the scores from Friday. Saturday, whole ton of college basketball for Saturday. Had a bunch of good games. Of course, one of the upsets, Utah defeating Duke in overtime. That was a good game. And you had UCLA and North Carolina. You also had let's see, Kentucky, Ohio State. A bunch of good games. Vegas and Arizona. Oklahoma State and Florida. Stanford, Texas and Stanford. So here are the college basketball. Now this Saturday, this week the schedule is, they're starting to get a little. You're getting a lot of daytime games during the week. This Saturday, the big one is Kentucky and Louisville. And we'll get straight up. We'll back on Wednesday to get the schedule set up for the weekend. Here are the rest of the basketball scores from Saturday. Okay, Xavier defeating Auburn 85-61. Virginia over Villanova 86-75. Utah over Duke 77-75 in OT out at Madison Square Garden. Louisville defeats Western Kentucky 78-56. Michigan State over Northeastern 78-58. And UNC, the Tar Heels defeating the Bruins 89-76. George Washington over St. Petersburg 87-74. Oklahoma over Creighton 87-74. Kansas over Montana 88-46. Miami defeats Charleston 85-63. Ohio State defeating Kentucky 74-67. Cincinnati over VCU 69-63. Butler defeats Purdue 74-68. Maryland over Princeton 82-61. Providence over Rider 73-65. Texas A&M defeats Baylor 80-61. Arizona over Las Vegas 82-70. Kansas State defeats Colorado State 61-56. Texas Tech over Arkansas Pine Blush 94-54. Florida defeating Oklahoma State 72-70. Texas defeats Stanford 75-73. California defeats Coppin State 84-51. Colorado over Hampton 95-53. Georgia over Georgia Tech 75-61. LSU defeats Oral Roberts 100-77. Mississippi State defeats Tulane 69-59. NC State over Missouri 73-59. Vanderbilt beats Wofford 80-56. Gonzaga over Tennessee 86-79. Some more scores from Saturday: Seton Hall defeating Wichita State 80-76. Winthrop over Georgia Southern 88-81. Penn over Eustis 73-66. Canisius over Boston 84-68. Charlotte defeating Appalachian State 82-66. Campbell defeating Citadel 101-82. Syracuse over Cornell 67-46. New Hampshire defeating Dartmouth 76-56. Iowa over Drake 70-64. Eastern Illinois. Houston wins this one 81-65. Northern Illinois and Florida International. Northern Illinois wins it 78-75. Vermont defeats Fisher 84-37. Arizona State over Houston Baptist 98-79. Wyoming over Omaha 76-75. St. Bonaventure defeats SC State 64-45. IUPUI over South Utah 82-68. UMKC defeats Rockhurst 71-60. IPFW defeats Stetson 95-89. UNC Asheville over Georgetown 79-73. Ellen over UNC Greensboro 79-69. Illinois defeats South Dakota 91-79. Radford over UNCW 69-67. Northern Iowa over Iowa State 81-79. St. Joseph's defeats Illinois State 79-65. Temple over Delaware State 78-63. Loyola Chicago over Illinois Chicago 64-47. Colgate defeats Kuka 90-40. Tennessee State over Alcorn 81-76. Cleveland State defeats Belmont 67-65. Valparaiso over Missouri State 74-45. And then you got Northwestern State, which defeated Mississippi Valley State 105-79. And Northwestern University over DePaul 78-70. Indiana defeats Notre Dame 80-73. Oakland over Washington 97-83. Louisville over Western Kentucky 78-56. Georgia State over Southern Miss 66-46. Duquesne over Robert Morris 72-65. South Dakota State defeats FGCU 56-52. Florida State defeating Florida Atlantic 64-59. Vermont over Grambling 87-52. Stephen F. Austin defeats the Our Lady of the Lake 95-56. Air Force defeating UC Davis 67-60. Boston College over Delaware 69-61. Toledo over Bethune-Cookman 102-68. Rhode Island over Iona 79-74. Dayton Flyers defeats Furman 70-50. Penn State over Drexel 63-57. Oregon State over Tulsa 76-71. North Kentucky over Southeastern Missouri 79-69. Fordham defeating Maine, Fordham Rams 70-63. George Mason defeats Longwood 75-70. Those are the scores from Saturday. And then Sunday scores, okay, as follows. Connecticut defeats UMass Lowell 88-79. NJIT defeating St. John's 83-74. Samford over Nebraska 69-58. Pitt defeats Davidson 94-69. Morehead State over West Carolina 60-52. Green Bay over Wisconsin Superior 108-57. Arkansas Little Rock over North Arizona 84-57. Pittsburgh over Davidson 94-69. Monmouth over Rutgers 73-67. Marist defeats the Army 89-83. Maryland Eastern Shore defeats American University 79-64. St. Francis of Brooklyn defeats Liberty University 64-55. Manhattan over Morgan State 78-66. East Washington over Denver 74-58. Stony Brook Seawolves defeat the Hofstra Pride 71-68. Texas A&M over Cal Poly 80-74. James Madison over Eastern Carolina 67-61. Boise State defeating Bradley 90-70. Austin Peay defeating Lipscomb 92-84. Coastal Carolina over Alabama State 68-65. Connecticut over UMass 88-79. That's written down here twice. TCU defeats Abilene Christian 80-69. Let's see. Cal State Northridge defeating Bethune-Cookman 79-49. Wright over Bowling Green 83-47. UC Riverside over Life Pacific 95-48. And then Towson defeats Rio Grande 88-47. And those are the basketball scores. Some games on tap for tonight. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Alright. The CSE notables. Okay, North Carolina at 7 o'clock, 1, 2, 3. 4 games on tap for 7 o'clock for Monday night. North Carolina and Appalachian State, ESPN2. Massachusetts and Providence on CBS Sports Network. And, boy, the cable company here in Long Island gave us CBS Sports Network back. They took it off for a little while, and I guess they put it back with the basic cable. Because, surprise, I found it this weekend that CBS Sports Network was back, which is very good. 2 more, and also for 7 o'clock, Eastern Kentucky and Western Virginia, ESPNU, Chicago State, and Marquette on Fox Sports 1. And those are the 7 o'clock games. 9 o'clock, 3 games on tap for 9 o'clock. Creighton and North Texas, Fox Sports 1. Alabama and Oregon, ESPNU. Oregon State and Quinnipiac, that's on the Pac-12 network. And then at 11 o'clock, Stanford and Sacramento. And then there's also USC and SIUE. And both games, 11 o'clock, Pac-12 network. And again, it depends on which part of the country you're on. And that's the game they're aired. Let's see. Although I think the one of the networks has I think it's SEC Network Plus or something. They got an extra channel. Alright, so Tuesday. And we'll go over the football schedule scores as well. So here's the Tuesday schedule of college basketball. The college sport check notables, 5 o'clock. LaSalle and Miami, CBS Sports Network. 7 o'clock on Tuesday, 4 games on tap. Oakland and Michigan State, ESPNU. Wake Forest, Xavier, ESPNU. Villanova and Delaware, Fox Sports 1. Cincinnati and Iowa State, ESPN2. Then 8 o'clock on Tuesday, 2 games. SMU and Kent State, and then Purdue and Vanderbilt. That game's on the Big Ten Network. Okay. Let's see. SUU and Butler, 8:30, Fox Sports 2. Then at 9 o'clock, 4 games on tap for 9 o'clock. UMKC and Louisville, ESPN 3. California and Virginia, ESPN 2. George Washington and DePaul, Fox Sports 1. Long Beach State, Arizona, Pac-12. And then 3 games at 11 o'clock. San Diego State, Kansas on CBS Sports Network. Washington State and Oklahoma on ESPNU. UCLA and Michigan State, and that's on the Pac-12 network. Let's see. Also at 3 o'clock, Tuesday afternoon, Arkansas, Little Rock, and who are they playing? Okay, there's a typo right there. There's also North Dakota and Kansas State at 8 o'clock, ESPN 3. Alright. And then for Wednesday, some afternoon basketball. Wednesday afternoon at 12:30, it's Central Connecticut and UConn, ESPNU.